Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're thrilled to have each and every one of you here this morning. At this time, I'm going to ask Dan Cater, the director of the Drake Middle School Choir, to present our national anthem. We appreciate this group very much. I don't know how many of you were able to go yesterday as they put on a wonderful performance over at Drake, and many of our elementary schools do a tribute as well to our veterans, and I'm so appreciative of the honor that they show to all of our veterans throughout this community. At this time, I would like to ask Senior Army Instructor John Seegers to come up and tell us a little bit about John, as this is his first year, retired Lieutenant Colonel that headed up Auburn University's Army ROTC, and I'd like to ask him to come up and tell you just a word or two about what's going on in this program at Auburn High School, and we're very proud of the movement in the direction that it's going. Colonel?
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and happy Veterans Day. We certainly appreciate the service of all of you who have or are currently serving in the armed forces, and all those that serve at home too. We don't want to forget the families that stand behind our service members. I want to thank several people today, but Mayor Ham has been a great supporter of not only the university's ROTC programs, but of me as I took the step away from the university and I became a high school instructor. I also want to thank Sergeant Major Wayne Johnson. Wayne Johnson's been doing this for 16 years at Auburn High School, and he has set the standard for excellence in this program. Most of all, I would like to thank the students behind me. These young men and women do this on a volunteer basis. Nobody makes them do ROTC, and we ask a little bit more out of them than your normal student. Many of them have spent hours preparing for events like this and others. They spend time after school coming in and either studying, working on drill and ceremonies, working on athletics, physical fitness. So they go above and beyond what we ask of our normal high school students. I'm very proud to be at Auburn High School, and I thank Dr. Todd Freeman, our new principal there, for his guidance and leadership. I think this program's on the move. It's a Army program, but we welcome all services, and we invite all services to come in and talk to these young men and women. Not all of them will go in the Army. Not all of them will go in any other branch of the service. We know that. But we want to encourage them to move in the right direction in whatever they choose in life. So any service is welcome in the high school, and we certainly look forward to working with every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel. We appreciate that. How many of you were able to go this week to Auburn High School, to the Howell and Julie Moore Center for Performing Arts, and see the Army Field Band? A number of you. Those of you that missed it, if you get another opportunity, don't miss it. It was absolutely wonderful. And I want to thank the folks behind me from ROTC. I want to thank the Colonel. They did a marvelous job presenting the colors, and we're very appreciative of the example that they're setting in our community. At this time, I would like to introduce you to and give a warm welcome to Dr. William Powell, Director of the Auburn University Choir, and for their commitment to come and spend this portion of Veterans Day with us this morning. Dr. Powell. Thank each of you, and thank you, Dr. Powell. At this time, I'd like to ask Reverend Nick Holler, U.S. Army veteran, U.S. Army retired, to come and give our invocation.
Let's pray. Gracious and loving God, Lord, we gather here today with hearts full of thankfulness for those many thousands, men and women who have served in this country so faithfully over the many years. We thank you for the freedom that we have. We know that had they not served, we probably would not be able to stand here like this. And we're so thankful for that, Lord. We know that some of them gave their lives. We know that some of them came home injured, and we especially pray for them and their families. We know that that's a tremendous sacrifice. And we just pray that our country will always stand behind our veterans, especially those injured and those families that have lost a loved one, and always see that their needs are met, Lord. We know there are men and women serving today, both here at home and overseas and harm's way. We especially ask your protection for them, that you bring them home safely. And again, we just pray that for those who do come home injured or those who lose a life, that our country will stand beside them and stand behind them and provide for their needs. Now bless everything that we do as we remember them today, Lord. Honor this ceremony and bless them, and most of all, just bless our troops. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. There are a lot of things that all of us think about on Veterans Day, and it covers a lot of spectrums. One of those that I want to mention is how appreciative I am to serve with a city council that understands the importance and embraces the importance of honoring our veterans. This memorial was built by the city, much of it funded by donations, debt being retired by bricks as they continue to be sold. But I'm very appreciative of all of my colleagues on the Auburn City Council and on the staff at the city that believes in and understands the importance of honoring our veterans. You know, today is a day that we want to, without question, bring recognition to our veterans, but we want to say thank you for what they've done so that we can be here today, the sacrifices that they've made. So let me ask this. Those of you that are veterans, would you please raise your hand? Wonderful. Now let me ask you this, and this is something I don't think we do enough of. You recognize those that raise their hands. You don't have to do it right this minute, but I ask that before you leave today, shake hands with at least one of those veterans and tell them how much you appreciate them. Because that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And whether or not, I urge you to shake hands with the veterans, but if their spouse is here, remember how much commitment they made and the sacrifices that they've made as well. So I ask you to do that. You can, we'll take a second and you can do it now. Don't be bashful. Just reach over there and say thank you and shake their hand. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, in the recent months, we have lost two of our original Veterans Committee members, retired U.S. Navy Captain J. Crowder, Jonathan J. Crowder, who died on July the 20th of this year at 88. Captain J. Crowder was appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, the class of 1944. And then Dr. Jim Foy. Many of you, or most of you, probably are certainly aware of Dean Foy. Dean Foy died on October the 8th this year at age 93. He enrolled as a naval aviation flight training in 1942. Was a fighter pilot and VF-27 aboard the carrier USS Swanee. So, ladies and gentlemen, please keep them and their families in your thoughts and prayers on this Veterans Day. I would also am so appreciative of General Hal Moore, and I believe his son Greg is here. Greg, thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday marks the 45th anniversary of General Moore landing and the start of the Battle of Ia Drang. This week, starting on Sunday, the Opelika Auburn News will feature on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday a large section in our paper about that battle and certainly about the heroic efforts of General Moore and his troops. So I urge you to pay special attention to that. And General Moore, as always, sir, we're honored to have you here today. Thank you, General. At this time, I'm going to ask Captain Tom Stouffer. Tom is with the Public Safety Police Division at the City of Auburn. He is retired U.S. Air Force. I'm going to ask Captain to come up, and we will do the wreath laying, and during that time, you will hear the wonderful bagpipes played by Dan Drummond, who is always so kind to give of his time and talents. ladies and gentlemen, the Drake Middle School Choir again for America. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you again for being here today. Take an opportunity to thank a veteran when you go through an airport or wherever you may see our men and women in uniform. Thank them for their service, because without them our freedom would not be here and we wouldn't be here today. So we're very appreciative of each and every one that makes those sacrifices in our armed services. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately following this, the Auburn Chamber of Commerce will host a reception. We would ask each of you to join us there. We appreciate Lolly Steiner and her staff and all the folks at the Chamber for their dedication to this event as well. If you don't know, it's just down the street on Glen, down one block. So we will enjoy seeing you there. We appreciate you being here. A beautiful day to celebrate our veterans and what they mean to us. Thank you for being here.